Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Keneiloe Myoli, and if you're here for the first time, welcome. I hope that you will like it here and will consider subscribing on the red button down below to become part of my growing beautiful family. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for your continued support. I appreciate you. So guys, I have a special guest today on the channel. I'm sure most of you know her, but I'm gonna let her introduce herself.
Hi guys, thank you so much for having me. My name is Lindo from All Things Lindo.
Guys, we are celebrating 1K subscribers. Thank you so much to Lindo as well. She really helped me. If you follow her on her channel, you know that she shared my video link on the day that I wanted to reach the 1,000 subscribers. So thank you so much for everything. I appreciate it.
I did nothing. You did all the work. Hey, it was just gonna happen. It was only a matter of time.
Okay, that's true. But on the day that I wanted it to happen, it happened because of her help and many other people as well. So I wanted to say thank you so much. I appreciate it. We reached the milestone. I don't know how many times I've said we're on the road to 1K subscribers.
What's the new number now? What are you on the road to? 5K? Or something closer?
Maybe 2.
Okay.
Let's do 2 for now, and then after that we'll do 5.
Okay.
So I got I've had this non-alcoholic champagne for a while, so I think I've been saving it for a special occasion. So this is a special occasion. I think Lina's gonna open it for us because
I'm the special occasion.
Okay, she's also the special occasion.
So you guys, I don't know how to open this, and if young Shula, please bear with me.
Let me hold the glasses.
We're getting somewhere. I should never opened a bottle of champagne.
Really?
Yeah.
Why you open it now?
No, I mean like to be the one that opens, whether at a wedding or in a club. I've never been the one that's in charge. How? Yes, this is a first time experience.
Imagine spit it on yourself.
Was it shaken?
I don't think so.
Are you ready? It's about to go. Oh, it actually did spill.
I'm using this for the first time as well.
Shampoo.
Lindo, this one.
It's not full.
I don't know. Let's wait. Okay.
Let's fill this one as well. Tilt the glass.
I don't know how this works.
Tilt it as well. We have to wait. Why is it taking so long?
I don't know. Cheers to 1K subscribers.
King.
Kana, what is? Do you watch Sitati? What did she say?
King bitches.
Yes.
It actually tastes like alcohol, eh?
It does.
It's nice though.
I don't know if it's nice. It
Yeah,
just
your
looks
face
nice.
is like, nope.
Yeah.
It's good though, I think it's nice.
Okay, so in today's video we are doing red flags in relationships. I thought it would be like a real cool topic, especially for like our younger selves or people who are still in the dating phase. I think we tend to like overlook the red flags in relationships and think people will change. So I thought we'd talk about that in this video.
Cool.
Do you want to start?
I can. So, I mean, you're right about overlooking them, because when you're in love, everything is rosy. I mean, everyone is perfect. But a big one for me, I have my points written down. I think the biggest one for me is if your beliefs don't align.
I didn't think about that one.
That is a big red flag. Like, say you are Christian and I believe in Izinyanya and I don't believe in God, then that's already a major red flag, because down the line there's just certain things that you're not going to agree on. Like, say you have kids, I want to baptize my child, you want to do umsebenzi wokumamukela ekhaya, I don't believe in that, then how do you then resolve that? That's like a major red flag. Like, I don't think it's something you can even work past, or it would be hard to work past. So definitely just walk away while it's still fresh.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Why did I think of that?
Because when you're busy praying, you're annoying him. Like, you're making a noise. Like, oh, you and your Jesus. Like, I know my dad wasn't like the most spiritual person, but he believed in God. But he didn't like, you know, like the rise of charismatic churches. It frustrated him, because if you're like, oh, praise God, he'd be like, uqalile ngoJesu. So yeah, there's that.
Yeah, that's a good one. I agree, because like you said, like especially now when you have kids, because when it's just the two of you, like, okay, you can overlook certain things. But once you start introducing kids, you know how families are, they want to go slaughter something, and you know the child must go now to the graveyard.
And it gets so technical, because say you are slaughtering, is your partner gonna eat? Because some people are like so strong in their stance that I will not eat meat that has been slaughtered for a certain purpose, whatever. So I mean, it becomes touch and go, because you want to go to your home now and your partner doesn't eat the meat, then your family's offended, why is he not eating our food? Yo, it's just big. It just becomes bigger and bigger.
Is it even gonna work now if maybe both parents are not involved, or they don't eat, etc.?
I guess it could work if you're aligned in what you believe. But if one person has to change for the other, then it could be tricky, because do they want to change? And it's a tough one. It's a tricky one.
It is. Okay, that's a good one. Now my points are on my phone. My first point would be being kept a secret. Being kept a secret. This one, it's a tough one, because these days with social media, maybe most people want to be posted. I don't know, do you post your husband?
I do post my husband
all the time. You post his work, like his photos and his videos, or both?
I think everything. I don't even think about it. Like, if we're somewhere and it's a nice picture, I'll post it. If it's a nice picture, I'll post it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he doesn't have like.
He has Instagram, but he's like the worst. He doesn't use it. I think the last time he posted was last year, or something like that. He's not like hectic on social media. Even on WhatsApp, my husband doesn't post anything. If he posts, he's gonna be saying Ronaldo this, and that's like once in a blue moon. But he doesn't. He hardly does it. I'm always spicing it. Like, I'm always spicy though, and be like, we never get posted. We never. But he, like the profile picture he has now, he's had for 2 years since my son was born. It's my son's footprint when he was born in the hospital. It's been that for 2 years, and before that, the one he had been that, I think, for 3 years of us dating. He's not hectic about it.
Okay. My husband as well. Like, my husband will post Rafa. He's a big tennis player, so he posts like Rafael Nadal, but nothing. It's probably only like on our anniversary, on our wedding anniversary, not even like the dating, the engagement.
Just a surprise. Boom! I'm getting married. Here's the girl.
So I was saying with social media, there's a difference between being kept secret and having like a private, like relationship, or being a private person. So what would you say is the difference between the two?
Look, I think the intention behind it is what's the difference. Because if your person isn't posting because they don't like to post, then you know, like, it won't touch you that much, because you know what's okay. They're actually not big on social media, so they're not gonna post because it's not their thing. But if they post every day, status every day, but you nothing. I mean, come on, brother, post me once, you know. But also, I feel like social media is playing such a huge role in our relationship that it can become negative. Like, I don't think being posted should be a factor. But obviously, if you're not posting me ever, but you're always posting, then at least once in a blue moon, can I also feature, please? No. I was actually watching some TikTok video where the guy was referencing some Bible verse. I don't remember the verse now. And then he's like, you see, even Jesus had a problem with being hidden. So what more about us?
I love
Jesus like that.
On Instagram stories.
I don't remember.
I think you might have shared it.
So yeah, no, definitely post us, please.
Yeah, and I think also even if your person is not into social media, can you at least know like the people in his circle, like is he introducing you to his friends? Is he introducing you to family? You don't have to be like on social media, but at least like know someone.
True.
Maybe if it's possible that if he's not introducing you to anyone, he might be introducing different people as well to your friends and family. So I think maybe just sit your person down and say, but I mean, you've been,
what's the plan?
Yeah, and also it depends on how long you guys have been together. You can't expect to be introduced to family and friends like in the first month, depending on what kind of person you're with.
I think it goes back to the intention behind it for me, because I think I met my husband's mom 2 months into the relationship. So it just depends. The person's intentions about you and their intentions for not introducing or not posting you. Sometimes it's innocent and it's just a timing thing. Because in all relationships, the dynamics progress differently.
Yes.
So maybe with other people it takes 5 years, with other people it takes 3 months. So obviously we can't compare those two. But the intention, you can feel, man, what's the intention behind you not posting. If there's some maliciousness there, then obviously that's a red flag. But if you see this person doesn't even know what Instagram is, then there you can't get mad. But even with introducing to family, if the person doesn't see their family, maybe only sees them once a year, then that introduction will take longer. But if every weekend he's at home, but when nothing is being said about you,
They don't even know your name.
Then it's something to have a conversation about, especially when you're clear about whether you guys are serious or not. Because if you're not serious and you haven't had those conversations, then there's no grounds for introduction. But if you guys are serious and you're like, no man, this is where we're headed, then obviously organically, naturally those things should come. Right? But again, you don't rush them, but you can see, man, where the relationship is going and you go with that flow.
Okay, I agree, because I think what our husbands have in common is also like how fast things went. Because I was Lobola like 2 months after we met.
Serious?
Yes.
Crazy. What?
I was.
2 months. That's beautiful.
So I also got to meet obviously the family very early in that case. So it also depends. Like
what were you doing to him in 2 months, girl? Give us
nothing.
Tips,
Nothing.
please.
There was nothing. My husband knew what he wanted.
No, true. When you know, you know. When you know, you know. And also, you know how we all have our own goals. At this age, I want to do this or whatever. So if you meet a guy who's already aligned with all these other things, then there's no reason for delay. Yeah.
Okay.
My next point is the effort is one-sided. You're the one who's always calling, you're the one who's always visiting, you're the one who's always like suggesting things. For me, that would be a red flag, because then it would make me feel like you're not interested. Like, Ngati, I'm in it alone. Yeah, for me, that would be a red flag.
Okay. Have you had someone do that to you?
No. I haven't had someone do that to me, but also I haven't dated all that much. I haven't dated all that much. I think, again, we spoke in another video that my mom was very strict. So there's a lot of things that we didn't get a chance to do because she was so strict. So school, you went to school, you came back. We had to be in the house by 4. I mean, 4 is not when things are happening. Things start happening when it gets dark. So we didn't have the opportunity to do all of those things. Dating for me started matric varsity. Even then, the strictness and that fear of her was always there. So I didn't get a chance to play around or like experience a lot. But I've never had someone do that to me. But I think if I did, I've always been strong-willed and opinionated enough to call it out, I think.
Okay.
I'd have been like, yo, man.
Yeah, I have. Okay, I know I also said my mom was strict, but I dated.
Yeah.
But also my dating wasn't like serious dating.
Yeah.
Like, now I'm looking back at it, I'm like,
It doesn't even count.
I don't have an ex.
Yeah, it doesn't even count.
I don't have an ex because I mean, like, you don't get intimate with a person. You don't go on dates. If you go on dates, it's lunch during the day. So yeah, but I've had that. So I definitely get what you mean. Like, if it's one-sided, then you're in a relationship with yourself. So you won't change later.
And it's painful also. Like, it's nice to be pursued, man. You can't be the one doing the pursuing. And I think if we reference it to biblical terms, the man is the hunter. He who finds a wife finds a good thing. He must go looking. We mustn't be the ones that are, it also just skews things up.
Okay. I'm glad we have different points.
Do you think they'd be the same?
Yes.
Which one was my class? This one?
Yes. Okay.
I think there's that one.
Okay.
My arm reaches here easier than mine.
My second point would be not having a title. So I think, for example, I had this friend, and I really liked the friend. Although we were friends, he would always make me feel like we could be something more. And then jiki, this person is dating someone.
How?
So I'm like, what about me?
Well, we're not friending in that direction.
So what are we now? And obviously you can't say like, no, but you can't date someone else because he never gave you a title to begin with.
True.
So I think it's very important to know, like, are you just friends? Are you dating? Can you date other people? Are you guys exclusive?
Plus, dating is so tricky nowadays. I always say to a friend of mine, I don't know how I would cope dating in this day and age. The titles are too hectic. Like, there's just, there's a lot. There's a lot.
There's even open relationships.
I think for me, that ties into my point of communication. I'm a strong believer in communication. Lay it on the floor, Senzani. What are we doing? Miss Lala, let us both know that we're playing and let us both agree to play. But if we're not playing, then let's also put it out there. What is it that we're doing and what are we working towards? Because I think that's where most heartbreak stems from, where I think it's more serious than what the other person was thinking. Or I thought, we're dating to marry. Kandi, he's dating just to experience. Those differences. Communication is key, So, no. Also for me, I guess I'm Zulu. When I met my husband, are we dating? Yes. Are we together? No. Then you just know what you're working towards. And I think it made it easier. That's why things progressed quickly, because we're just on the same page. Okay, this is the direction we headed to.
Yes. Yeah. What's your next point?
My next point was the communication, which links to the one that you mentioned.
Can hear this? Okay, sorry. Yes, your next point?
My next point was the communication, which links to the one that you had. So I'll go on to my next one. Different lifestyles and goals. So I think that can be not a red flag, but a problem along the way. If I am very outgoing and I like clubbing and I'm like every Friday it's a party, and you're opposed to that kind of a lifestyle, obviously along the way you might say you're okay with it, but after a while it's gonna bother you. I think for me that's one that I think of.
I agree, because I've seen relationships where maybe the guy is like into partying and the girl is not, and now all of a sudden the girl is tagging along at night and passing out in the car. Like, what are you doing?
You could be in your own space, relax.
You can't keep up with this guy. So I think, if you have very different lifestyles, then that's definitely a red flag.
And if it's very different, because I'm a homebody. My husband is very social and outgoing, but there's a balance to it. I think when the balance gets lost, that's where it's like it could be a problem. Yeah.
Okay. What's my next point? Okay, my next point is not respecting one's boundaries. Let's say my boundaries is you post maybe a female friend on your WhatsApp status, and I'm like, I'm not comfortable with you posting your friends, your female friends that is, and then you post them anyway.
Yeah.
And now you can imagine you guys are married and this guy's posting his
but he's not posting you.
He's not posting me. So I think it's really important for boundaries.
Oh my gosh. No, that's a major one. And the boundaries goes up to many different avenues. Like, how comfortable can we get with certain things? Like, some people are very hectic about, like, don't call me this, call me that, So can I just call you bae, or must it be Baba Gasbani? Those like little nuances that people take seriously for themselves that you as the next person have to respect. Those kind of boundaries, that's on an extreme side of things. But also boundaries about deal breakers. Those are also boundaries. This is what I can accept, this is what I can't accept. So I'm okay with you doing ABC, but when you start doing this and that, then it becomes out of my comfort zone and I can't do that. And I think, again, communication, it's so important to have the conversation and just say, these are my red flags and this is what I can or can't do, and then we agree to them in the beginning. Because I mean, in the beginning of a relationship, it's like you're contracting. It's like KPIs are being discussed.
Yes.
And if you're not gonna meet certain KPIs, then it's not gonna work. There's no promotion that's gonna happen here. And maybe it's okay to just walk away. So definitely deal breakers need to be discussed. And if you're not gonna respect my deal breakers, that's a red flag in itself. If my deal breaker is cheating, and you just go around and do it anyway, obviously that's a big red flag. No, it's a big red flag. Yeah.
Okay. That's your next point.
Oh, my next point. Okay. My next point is when the person is inconsistent. So sometimes you call me for an hour and then 6 months, nothing. And then after that, you just reappear out of nowhere. Like, I like to have that level of consistency. I must know, okay, this is what I can expect from you, so that I can like circle my thinking or my expectations around that. And then if you now one day you're hot, one day you're cold, then for me that's a deal breaker. That's a red flag.
I agree. Like, I think for me, my husband has been like consistent. Like, from the very beginning, this guy never bothered like to open the door for me. And we entered
so
the
you can't
car.
get touched
so
now.
I can't be like, why are you not opening the car? I mean, he didn't teach me that from the very beginning. So because he never told me that, and now I don't really expect it. So I think it's really important to be consistent in a relationship, and then the person will just continue with it. Obviously, people change now and then, but you need to remind them and say, remember, when we were dating, you used to do this and that. So I would like that. Sometimes it's just even your love language. Like, should I just guide me with love language? Because is it acts of service? Acts of service is opening the door, right? And so I think it's really important to.
I think another thing about the consistency is that with growth comes change, and obviously certain things will change with that, but it can't be extreme changes that alter who I fell in love with. I think that's what I mean by inconsistency as well. That fine, okay, you don't open the door. If suddenly one day you did open the door, it's a welcomed change. But if you used to call me every night for 7, and then suddenly for 3 months you don't do it, then that's kind of like what's happening. Some extreme things that are very polar to who I've known you to be. Then for me it's like, okay, no, what's happening there?
Okay, what's my next point? Why is this phone locking itself? Okay, my next point is being with someone that's controlling.
Oh no, no. That is a major red flag.
I mean, like someone who wants to tell you can hang out with, where you can go, what you can wear. And I think it can escalate to a point where someone also like ends up becoming like very abusive as well. Because you think, this guy didn't want me to go out with certain friends, and sometimes you go thinking, like this is my best friend, and you come back and this guy is like ridiculously angry and starts becoming violent.
No, your control is very hectic, and I think we live in such a hectic time of like GBV and all these things that are happening. And I think also there's just so many shows that I've seen that speak about abuse and like what leads to it and whatnot, and control is one of the common threads that always reappears. For me, that would scare me more than anything. Like, I think the fact that I have to now report my I'll just be so afraid to do the wrong thing and what the repercussions that would come with that. I think, that is definitely a major red flag. And I mean, there's communication in a relationship where you're like, oh, actually, I love this orange dress on you. It brings out your eyes. That's not control. That's, I like the dress and suggest that you wear it. It looks good on you. But now if you're going to start saying you can only wear black things, you can only wear orange things, then it starts being like, okay, that's hectic. And I mean, I don't know how it also, I don't know other ways in which it unfolds, but it major red flag. Major red flag. I don't know why I didn't even think about it, but no, definitely.
Because I think there's different levels of control as well. Like if it's very extreme, then it's definitely a red flag.
I think if it's control, if it's if you're very invested and you suggest, I don't know, maybe if I'm just playing with words, but if it just starts being control and there's a level of you being uncomfortable, then you're
always like scared.
Like now you have to tiptoe, you're never sure if this is right, this is wrong, then that just becomes something else, eh?
Because also you start lying now to your partner as well. Like, if my husband says, okay, you can't hang out with Lindo, now when I want to hang out with you, I'm going to lie and say I'm going to the shopping center. You see? And then you also become something like, or someone that you're not in the process.
Oh, that's hectic, man. Oh, I didn't even think about that, but sure, that's hectic.
That's what I'm enjoying, because we don't have the same points.
Yeah. Oh no, the control is hectic.
What do you think about like when you're made to feel like you're asking for too much? Like if someone feels like you're asking for too much time with me, would you consider that a red flag? Like your expectations are too much.
I think it's just misalignment in expectations, which is a thing. But then that just means either you go back to the drawing board and align, or if it's irreparable, then you move away. You walk away. Because if I want time with you and it's just something that you can't give, but for me it's a necessity and it's a deal breaker in the sense that if we're not spending time, then I'd rather not be in this. Then communication and align on those expectations. But if you're being made to feel like you're asking for too much when you're just asking for bare minimum, then it is a red flag. Like if I'm saying like, can you communicate at least once a day, and you think that's too much, and you want to communicate once a month, that's a red flag. That's a red flag.
Yeah, I think so too. Like, I mean, some things are very important to us, and if someone just disregards your needs and things like that, I think it's a red flag. I think we shouldn't.
I love what you said, that some things are important to us, and that's why we just need to communicate. This is what I like. Even in friendships, like I like this, I don't like this, then we aligned. Like if I send messages and I like to get a response, whereas you like phone calls, and then we just align that, okay, I'm not big on phone calls, but just give me a heads up that, hey, I want to call you today, then okay, I know I'm expecting your call. Or if I'm gonna like text you, then if you see that, okay, I can't respond now, I'll respond to you later, then I know, okay, you'll respond later. But you saw the message. Like, it's just communication, man. Then you know this is what matters most to this person and this is what doesn't. Then you just work around that. Because I think a lot of things we don't say in the beginning, and then after a while it becomes an issue.
It frustrates you.
And you never mentioned it. You never said this is important to you. So yeah.
Let me see if I have other points.
Okay. That's a long video. It's 30 minutes. You don't believe it?
No.
It went by quickly, ne?
Yes.
It's 30 minutes.
Okay, so this is my last point. I think having like a power imbalance is a red flag. That can be because of age, or it can be because you earn more than a person. So sometimes, like, I feel like if someone makes you feel like you can't voice certain things because he has more money. For example, you want to paint the house white or grey, but now you're scared because this guy is the one that's
paying for the paint.
You see, I think that can be like a red flag.
I think the power in the difference in whether earning or age itself is not the issue. It's how we treat it. Because I mean, naturally there'll always be someone who earns more than another one. There'll always be someone who's older than another one or younger than another one. That shouldn't be an issue to a point where we make it an issue. Because you get me? Like if I'm 10 years older than you and we're in a relationship and we decided we want to be together and we're working towards something, the age shouldn't be a factor. I may have certain experience in things, and obviously I'll communicate that, oh yeah, see, last time 5 years ago this happened and I handled it this way. You're suggesting, and that can be welcomed or rejected. It's how you do it. I don't think the age or the money itself is an issue, but it's how people are about it. Because then if you're older, then you're like, yeah, you must follow what I then it becomes sketchy, man. Like, what are we doing here? So yeah, that's a big one.
Okay, so that's it, you guys. Please follow Lindo on her social media platforms. She's just gonna tell you where to follow her.
You guys, please follow me on my YouTube channel. It's called All Things Lindo. And on Instagram, I am It's Lindo. So it's ITZ_Lindo. And yeah, those are only platforms I'm on.
You're not on Twitter?
No.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not. I was on Twitter in varsity before it became a thing, and then I deactivated my account, and then I think the year after it just boomed. But I was like, I'm not gonna go back because you can't reinstate a Twitter account after 30 days. You have to start a new one.
Oh,
so I was like, I ain't starting from scratch. No. So yeah, not Facebook. No Facebook. Nothing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So guys, if there are any like red flags that you missed, please mention them in the comment section down below. Can you relate to any of the red flags that we mentioned? And thank you so much, Lindo, for coming through. We enjoyed having you as part of our family.
Thank you so much.
And yeah, you guys, don't leave without commenting, subscribing, liking the video, clicking on your notification button. And until the next one, you guys, bye for now.
Bye.